Business credit factoring finance loan. How much can I get? Call 888-653-0124 today or click the link in the description to learn more. Are you struggling to find financing for your small business? Have you tried applying for traditional bank loans but been turned down? If you answered yes to either question, then you may need to consider factoring your accounts receivable. Most businesses today rely heavily on credit cards to fund their operations. However, not all businesses can take advantage of this funding option because they don't have access to a merchant's account. Factoring companies provide cash advances against future invoices from customers. The company buys accounts receivable, AR, at a discount, providing immediate financing. This allows businesses to get cash now instead of waiting weeks or months for their clients to pay for them. Factoring companies offer financing solutions to small businesses who don't qualify for other types of loans. They can also help businesses improve their cash flow and increase sales. Business credit factoring finance loan. How they make money. Factoring companies make money by offering services to businesses that don't want to pay their bills up front. The business pays a small fee when they receive payment from customers. Factoring companies provide cash flow solutions for companies who cannot get traditional bank loans. Factoring companies offer a faster way to access working capital than banks do. Businesses use factoring companies because they're able to obtain credit quickly without having to put up collateral. Factoring companies allow you to expand your customer base. Many businesses prefer factoring companies because they don't have to wait months to receive payments. Factoring takes place immediately upon receiving payment from the customer. They give you instant access to cash. When you work with a factoring company, you can start getting paid in as little as one day. These companies are impressive for growing businesses. Most factoring companies require only 25% down when starting out. This means that you only need $50,000 to open up shop. And most factoring companies will fund 100% of your initial inventory. Why they're popular. Factoring companies are popular because they offer many benefits to businesses. The most common benefit is cash flow. A business can use their own money to pay off debt faster than if they had to wait for customers to pay them. This allows a business to grow without having to worry about how much money they have coming in. Another benefit is that factoring companies allows you to get paid even when your customer doesn't pay you back right away. If your customer takes longer than expected to pay you back, you won't lose any money. Instead, you'll receive payment from the factoring company when your account balance gets low enough. You don't have to worry about collecting payments from clients who take too long to pay you back. Factoring companies do charge interest on late payments, so make sure you understand what kind of rate you'll be charged before signing up. Also, keep in mind that some of these companies require a minimum amount before they will provide services to you. So if you only need a small amount of financing, start out with a smaller company that provides less expensive rates. Another benefit of using a factoring company is that there's no limit on the amount of debt that can be used. Most people think they can only apply for so much credit before getting turned down. However, this isn't true at all. There's no maximum amount that you can borrow. In addition, there's no minimum amount that you can borrow either. This means that you can start out with a very small amount of money and work your way up to larger amounts as you become more established. If you decide to go through a factoring company, make sure that you ask about their policies regarding fees and charges. Some companies include expenses like legal fees and accounting fees in the loan's price. Make sure that you know exactly what you're paying for. Factoring companies. Who uses them? Businesses who need cash flow for their business operations use factoring companies. They provide short-term financing solutions to these businesses. The major benefit of using factorization companies is that they do not require collateral. This makes them ideal for small and medium-sized businesses. Many types of businesses, such as construction firms, manufacturing firms, restaurants, retail stores, medical practices, law offices, and any type of business that requires immediate access to capital used factoring companies. Factoring companies offer flexible payment options, including net 30-day terms, extended payment plans, and invoice discounting. Businesses can choose from one of several factoring companies when choosing how much money they want to borrow. The most common use of factoring companies is to provide working capital to a business. Working capital refers to the amount of funds that a business uses to operate its daily activities. A business usually needs this type of funding because it cannot obtain enough long-term loans from traditional financial institutions. Factoring companies make it easy for businesses to get fast cash. Instead of waiting weeks or months to receive payments, businesses can receive their money immediately upon invoicing. This allows a business to pay its bills and purchase inventory. When a business uses a factoring company, it provides the company with a list of customers along with their account numbers. The factoring company then collects the invoices from these customers and credits the business's bank account once the customer pays the invoice.